When nothing brings you joy anymore, it's because your soul is tired of the lies your mind insists on believing. Shout out to Arcane Volt. Definitely a real one for that quote. Collective. If you're seeing this message, it's because you changed, right? You learned how to deprogram your mind and reprogram it with a new set of codes. This used to be you for so long, right? Unhappy, depressed. You just didn't know what life was anymore. Felt exhausted, and your soul was just screaming out to you like, listen, I hate it here. I'm not happy, And it was time for you to just listen, right? You knew that there was more to life than what was being presented to you. You knew that there was some life is surface level, and you knew that there's deeper meanings under it, right? You felt this for a long time, but you just really couldn't pinpoint it. But I feel like you got into a place in your life where it just became unbearable. Like you couldn't take it anymore. If you've already had your breaking point, if this message is for you, you've already went through your breaking point. You've already broken down as low as you could. You've already hit rock bottom, right? And in doing so and hitting rock bottom, you've learned, wait a minute, I there's nothing else I can do. This is what you felt like. What else can I do? What else? How much lower can I go? Right? How much more can I fail? How much more can I be unhappy? And in this moment, that's when you realize, you know what? What's the worst that can happen? Right? You started to train your mind to think differently. Because everything that you've been doing in the past, you thought you were doing what was the right thing to do. You thought, going to school and getting a job and, getting married and having the kid, like everything that looked good on the books and the paper, you tried to strive for, right? But you still ended up shorthanded. You still ended up feeling empty. You still felt like, wait, this just can't be it. Like there was something in your soul that just didn't sit right with you, right? But you continue to just, follow everything that society wanted you to do, right? You continue to celebrate the holidays. You continue to support the lies and support the system, right? For so long. Until you just had enough, right? Maybe you faced different life challenges and difficulties, and the way that society programs your mind, it keeps you in these boxes and limitations, right? And you knew, like, something deep down within you felt like, no, I can't be boxed in like this. I can't be limited. When people tried to tell you, no, you can't do that, or, oh no, that's ridiculous, or no, that isn't possible. Like, some of y'all had big dreams. Some of y'all have great ideas, but listening to the system and people who are in the system discouraged you, right? Told you, oh, that will never happen. But deep down inside, it's like, no, I believe that can happen, right? And so you realize, like, wait a minute, these people they're just like, no, this is lies. They're living lies. They're following the lies, and there's definitely more to life. You just, like, it's like you heard the call, you know what I'm saying? And then you answered the call because you felt more. You felt that there was more to life than what the system was offering. And once you realize, oh, okay, there is more to life because you feel it and you just keep thinking certain things, like it's not just coming to you for no reason. You started to make little different changes, right? And now your life is completely different, collective. Like, all those lies that were instilled and programmed into us from early on, a lot of these, like, programs were from your family, your toxic family, right? oh, you can't do this, you'll never be that, and you got to do it this way, or you know what I'm saying? They were programmed, so they just passed that down on to you. But then you went and just started to unlearn those different things, and you started to like you detoxed. You start getting rid of those limiting beliefs out of your mindset. All of those negative thoughts that were trying to attack you and attack your confidence, you started to release that. You know, the foods that weren't making you feel good, the bad habits that were just keeping you in cycles, you slowly, little by little, brick by brick, pulled away and pulled back and detox those things out of your life. And then you started to learn new things. You started to read books. You started to actually understand new different concepts and new different ways of thinking. You took that box off of your mind, and you stopped allowing certain things to limit you. Like, you understand that society is under a huge spell. A lot of people are asleep and they just blindly follow the masses. But this isn't you, collective. You don't follow those crowds, because in the past you've seen where it led you. It led you to your downfall, right? And that's how you were able to hit rock bottom and realize, wait a minute, this ain't it, right? So now, because you learned how to deprogram yourself and deprogram your mind, and you're a whole new different person, right? And you're locked and loaded now. Like they say, it only takes 21 days for a new habit to form, but you've been doing this for years, right? You've been putting in that work for years. So now your mindset is locked and loaded, and can't nobody come in and try to reprogram you. Although they try, the way that you live life so freely and so abundantly, collective, it really it confuses people, because you're probably someone who is not, you don't have a lot of material things. That's not on that doesn't excite you anymore, right? You don't have a lot of the things that life should that life tells you should have to be happy, right? You learned how to cultivate your own happiness and your own peace all on your own. You don't need validation from outside of you. You don't need a lot of things outside of you to confirm who you are on the inside, right? You've really done the work to go within and reprogram your mind. And that's powerful, because you get to show other people how to do it. You get to show other people that it is possible. You get to show other people that they don't have to keep living in these limitations of thinking and living in these boxes to appease society, right? You were sick and tired. And once you got sick and tired enough, that's when you decided to make these changes. And it's just powerful, because you're like a beacon of hope for other people, collective. You're showing other people that, hey, I can move differently. I can think differently. I don't have to stay stuck in these boxes, because when you stay stuck in these boxes and these certain levels of consciousness, it keeps you trapped, and your soul doesn't want to be trapped. Your soul doesn't want to be enslaved. Your soul is free. Your soul is full of fire, and it refuses to be contained. This is who you are, collective. So you fought your way to freedom. You fought your way to peace. It wasn't an easy journey. It was definitely a long journey. And it's still a journey that you're on, but you've developed ways and techniques to keep your mindset free, to keep yourself in balance, right? You always go through these processes where if certain mindsets, certain thinking, certain feelings don't serve you, you release them and you continue to evolve. You don't hold on to anything for too long, collective, right? Because you understand, when you attach yourself to person, places, and things, and titles, and accolades, and all of that, that is what keeps you trapped, right? It keeps you attached energetically to these things that are bound to the physical world. And that's just not you anymore, collective. You don't want to be bound to this physical world. You refuse, right? So you don't care who it is. If they're not freeing your soul, if they're trying to impede upon your free will, they gotta go. You release them with love and grace. It's no love lost, but you refuse to be trapped into certain boxes. This is not you anymore, collective, and you've done that work. You put in that work, and it speaks for itself, collective. Like, I don't know who I'm talking to, but I know I'm talking to somebody out there, because I know I just can't be the only one. Listen, if this message resonates with you in any way, collective, let me know in the comments below. I would definitely love to hear from you. And if this is your first time here on my channel and you enjoy the content, please consider subscribing. Thank you guys for continuing to support. I love y'all. It's Kar. I'll talk to you later. Bye.